Alrighty, folks, we are honored. We've got the privilege today to welcome in the brand new associate head coach of the Spokane Velocity, Hlavaty. He's in the building here with us, right in the KREM 2 studio, the streaming studio. First and foremost, Neil, we just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you being here. How are you feeling?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Feeling good. Arrived shortly ago, just before training, a couple days before, but loving Spokane so far and super happy and grateful to be here.
Yeah, well, Neil, we've got it's a pretty still new team here in Spokane, but I would say the fan base is extremely passionate. I know you're still here early on, haven't gotten a chance to experience a season yet, but have you been able to feel a little bit of that, just that welcome here and, people feeling that excitement or the energy?
I would say so for sure. Yes, would be my answer. When I came here to tour some properties, short story about this, you can go into a lot of markets and sometimes people won't know about the team. And I probably toured about 25 properties, and of the 6 or 7 people I met with, some didn't have realtors. Everyone knew about the Velocity. Everyone knew about the Zephyr as well. Coming into a community in a city that already has a awareness of the club is awesome and it's fantastic. And coming here a few times to play road games, first of all, amazing facility and amazing support at the games I've been to here. So to have it on my side now, have that behind me, is a great feeling and a great thing to be stepping into.
Well, it may sound a little silly, to say that, hey, soccer is still a growing sport here in America, but what was that like, being able to see a facility like that, just as an opposing team, and then you're coming into a city where you see the fans, they're passionate. Does that play a factor as you're, looking to take that next step in your career?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely a factor within it. Coming from a history of playing many years of professional soccer in this country and some abroad, and many at the second division level, which is only one division above the Velocity. That was years ago. But seeing where the sport has gone, seeing where the coaching, the facilities, the level of play has gone throughout both my playing career and now coaching career. The steps that I think the Velocity and Zephyr has taken in a short amount of time to launch themselves into the U.S. soccer landscape in a way that not all clubs do is a testament to the ownership and the club, and for me, what they've been able to achieve in such a short amount of time so far.
For sure. I want to talk a little bit more about that growth in just a few moments, but you made that transition from Madison, Wisconsin, and you're now here in Spokane. Can you talk a little bit about what you feel like, you learned, I guess, at your last stop, and maybe just kind of what kind of coach you feel like you are?
Well, I was with Forward Madison for 7 years since their inception. So from the start of League One as well. So I had the opportunity there to help launch a brand new club similar to what Spokane has done recently with the Zephyr and Velocity, and it was my first professional coaching gig in 2019, and so 7 years there. Gained tremendous experience working with 3 different head coaches. So that was phenomenal to be able to learn from 3 head coaches in different ways, and obviously work with seven rosters. Obviously there's continuity throughout some of those rosters, but to be able to work with that many players in that amount of time, you're going to grow and you're going to experience things. And this league, and I would say whatever league you're in, is going to throw things at you with different rules, expansion of teams, different competitions which have been added to the league, and the Jaeger Cup, which you're going to grow and you're going to adapt and you're going to experience different things. To touch on your last point of the kind of coach I am, I'm a very passionate guy, both about soccer and about life in general. I like to do things with 100% commitment towards it. My wife will be a testament towards that. Whatever we do full throttle. And again, that word passion comes up. I was a very passionate player. I'm a very passionate coach. I love what I do. I loved playing. I couldn't really see myself doing too much more outside of the game, and coaching was a very natural thing for me to step into. It wasn't what I always thought I would do after, but as it came toward the end of my career, connecting with people, connecting with other coaches, connecting with other players, building relationships, and helping people, I would say, achieve something close to what they want to is what I take great joy in. And so whether that's an individual or a team or a coach or a kit man or someone in ticket sales. We're all fighting for the same thing, and for me, this is all about building relationships and striving towards the same thing together.
Well, I think I think that's what makes the best coaches, right? Of course, that passion. I think any coach at a professional level, whatever level it may be, they're obviously passionate about it a little bit. But I always think about this quote I heard from Mike Tomlin, the former Steelers head coach, and he talked about his playing days, and then he talked about, hey, I still have something I can give back to this sport. And he was like, well, obviously I wasn't the best player ever, but you get to go into this role where you get to impact. I mean, these are grown men you're working with on a daily basis, but you realize at the same time there's still a lot of things they can learn from a player perspective and then also just a life perspective. So can you talk about that? What it's like working with all of these individuals? And, of course, I'm sure you've worked with hundreds of players at this point in your life.
Yeah, it's great, and in soccer especially, to be able to meet such a diverse pool of people. From the United States, from Europe, from every continent, pretty much, I would say. You meet all different sorts of people, and we all have backgrounds, and we all have histories, and we all have different ways of growing up. And to take the time to find out about those things and those people, I think you can do that in a lot of walks of life, but I think soccer just naturally gives that to you. You get to be in a locker room, you get to be in a coach's office. You get to be surrounded by people that become your family very quickly, just because of the amount of hours you spend with them so often. I will be with our coaching staff and with Lee probably as much as I'm with my wife. And that's just the job. So you get to know people quickly, and when you're around people that much, I would say you got to build a trust factor with them. You got to be building an honesty with them and a respect with them. And once you have that, and people trust you and people care for you, the possibilities of what you can achieve are endless.
I mean, I think you hit it on the head right there. And then also, it's just, I think sports in general, right? It's like, I wish everyone could experience what it's like to be in a locker or a locker room, or, just what it's like to be a part of a team, because I think you become a better person overall because of those connections you have with that person next to you, whether it's your brother, your sister, whatever sport you're playing. You learn about these people, and it's a melting pot of all these different backgrounds. But something else you kind of hinted at is you get to work with one heck of a coach now, right? Coach Lee is, dynamic. Spokane loves this guy, and then also 2 deep runs, 2 deep runs in the playoffs, and I'm sure that's itching at him to get it done and to win that big one. So you get to be a part of that next run now. What is it like, just being able to work side by side with Coach Lee? Or what are you looking forward to, at least?
I've known Lee not very well, a little bit informally. I think a lot of coaches know each other because I don't want to say it's a small pool, but it's a circle where everyone kind of knows each other, at least informally, or they talk to each other, or they met each other. So I had a pretty good inkling of who Lee was as a person, but going through the interview process with him talking me through what they're looking to achieve here, what they're looking to achieve now, what they're looking to achieve in the future, was something I wanted to be a part of. And once I figured out and learned how Lee worked on a day-to-day basis and what he wanted to achieve, I knew it was something that I wanted to be a part of. And I wanted to not necessarily leave where I was, because it wasn't a bad note of where I left. It was very mutual, and it was a point where you get to a point as a player, as a coach, as a person, where I wanted to experience something new and different. And I played on 7 or 8 different teams as a player. To be in one spot for 7 years as a coach professionally is an anomaly, I think. And I wanted to go somewhere to continue to grow and, quite frankly, be challenged. And Lee is doing that. We've already done that in the short sample size of being here, and I know that that's going to continue, and I'm going to be put into situations I haven't been put into in my coaching career, and for me, that's a huge positive. That's a area where I don't want to say I'm going to sink or swim, because sometimes you'll sink right away, but in the end, I know I'm going to grow from it and be a heck of a better coach in the future. And it's going to be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 5 years from now. Every stop on your coaching career and your playing career has the ability to change you, and everywhere I've played and coached has changed me. I would like to think for the better, and I know that's going to happen here as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're ecstatic to be able to have you here. We hope we can, keep you around for 7 years as well. Of course, you never know what the future holds, but we definitely are pumped up to be able to have you here in Spokane. I think Spokane's going to show you a tremendous amount of love as well. But earlier, we talked a little bit about the growth of sports. You said you grew up, as a Midwest kid in Illinois, and then can you talk about just, as a kid myself growing up, it was always football, basketball, not American football, that is, football, basketball, and then, just all the other, American centralized sports. So it's really been cool to just watch the growth of soccer. I told you I grew up in Orlando. We got to see Orlando City come in as an MLS team. And then just being here in Spokane, too, seeing the Velocity come to life, seeing the Zephyr come to life. I love seeing that passion grow and see the next generation. And I think we got the ultimate growth opportunity, right, with the World Cup coming up. How excited are you about that, just to know that we've got this platform here in our country and just kids who are growing up in whatever suburb or whatever city across the entire United States, they get a chance to see that, whether it's up close and personal or if it's just on a TV screen.
Right. No, the soccer landscape is exploding in our country, and I think it has been. In the USL, there's tremendous growth every year. You can see it in the expansion in League One this year. There's 6 new teams. The championship is super strong. Obviously, the top level MLS is very, very strong and is going up in the world rankings every year. Soccer as a sport, for me, is the most accessible sport of almost anything. I can probably put it on the level of basketball because all you need is a ball. In basketball, you need a hoop. In soccer, you need goals. But for me, you can make goals out of anything. It's a little harder to make a hoop. So for me, soccer is super accessible to all, which I love. And that's in our country, in the U.S., and everywhere else. And I think that's why you see most people call it the world's game. And I think for those who haven't experienced a World Cup or really bought into it, you're going to see that in 2026, especially with it being in North America, throughout Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. It's a time that, as a soccer fan, I get so excited about. You get to watch games and meet people that have never watched soccer, and you can stroll into a local bar or a restaurant, and the games are going to be on, and you can spark up a conversation with someone who's never seen a game, who wants to learn something new. And I remember watching every World Cup, but I specifically remember the first World Cup I remember is 94 in the States, and I actually went to a few games. And so to have it back here now from 94 to now 2026 is amazing. I don't know if I'll get to attend any games this year. Ticket prices are a bit high for me. That's a contentious point, so we're not going to talk too much about that. But it's an exciting time. It's awesome to have a season going and the World Cup coming. There's going to be a people attracted to Velocity and Zephyr that have never been attracted before, simply because of the World Cup. And I think that's amazing.
I think that's amazing too. I get a little bit of chills when you talk about that, because it's like, as you talk about being accessible, I think that's what we talked about that already, right? Where it's like sports are so vital. They're so important. I hope one day my children will, try to gravitate towards sports and get that experience as well. But man, again, we're just so pumped up. And you guys, the season didn't end that long ago. We talked about it before we got on air. It's a deep playoff run, playing in the championship, and now already back in training, right?
Yeah, it goes quick. When you go to the finals, especially 2 years in a row, it's a shorter off season. I think as coaches and players, we like that when it's a bit shorter. You get to get back to doing what you love to do. Of course, we all take our time and spend the holidays with our loved ones, and hopefully get away to a warm destination and kick the feet up a little bit and take a few days off. But we're buzzing for it. First game's March 7th, I believe. We kick off at home March 15th. So I know the fans and I know the boys are excited to get back home and be ready for that. So, we're all plotting towards that first game away in Georgia at Tormenta, and then back home quickly on the 15th for the first home game. And I think to go from hosting the playoff semifinal and have that good vibe from that game, what a tremendous ending. And I've seen clips from it, and it's to experience that as a fan, like, they're coming back. They're coming back on March 15th, and I hope there's some buzz from fans who didn't come that they saw clips of that game and they're like, man, I want to be a part of that. And
Most
so
definitely.
I hope we have as many people as possible at that stadium on March 15th.
I think you're going to be impressed, you know,
Right.
and I think you're gonna feel that energy inside of one Spokane. And before we let you get out of here, I just want to ask you, you know, of course, this is a new chapter of your life. You don't have to share too much if you don't want to, but is there any personal goals you feel like you have as you're going into this new year, a new location, just new everything? Is there anything that you're like, hey, as I'm starting this new journey here in Spokane, I really want to make sure I do X, Y, and Z?
To be very honest with you, I haven't sat down and thought about those goals. As soccer being my profession, my goal every year is to continue to grow. Yeah. And I think you can get comfortable in any job you're in.
Yeah.
And that could be if you're good at your job, if you're not good at your job, if you just want it as a source of income. For me, my job is a source of what I love to do. And if I can get better at what I love to do, that's amazing. Because if I can get better at it, then I know my players are going to perform better. The better I am, the better Lee has to be. The better I am, the better our kit man has to be. And so there's a lot of things that I've taken from the past 7 years that incrementally I layer on and say, okay, what did I like about myself this year? What did I not like about myself? And strip those maybe negative things away and add the positives. And I think you continue to be a better coach and a better person. And I think good people, for me, do the best work and have the best results of anything. And I know I'm coming into an environment of very good people who are very disciplined and do very good work. And I'm so excited to be a part of that staff under Lee and work with a large group of returning players, a good crop of people and players we're bringing in to hopefully meet our goals and get across the line and win the final this year. So, I would say personal goal is I'd like to win it all this year. It's something I haven't achieved in this league, and I know this club has been there twice. So if there's anything that I can say right now off the top of my head, being brutally honest, like I want to lift that trophy at the end of the year, and ideally in Spokane.
Folks, come on now. If that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. Neil Hlavaty, thank you so much, man. We're excited to have you here in Spokane. We hope you find a home here in this community. So we appreciate you. We're so excited to have you here in Spokane. Let's go Spo, and let's go Velocity. We're going to be rooting you on all season long. So thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and just stay tuned, right?
Yeah. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.